coffee, which we're going to be using in our homemade coffee maker. And it is a modified popcorn maker. You can see we're starting our internal temperature. We just did a batch. It's starting at about 50 degrees. Our set point is 200. We do have a PID controller to control the temperature, and that is adjusting the heating element only. And I'll be posting another video. You can see the beans are green. This is all free trade organic coffee we're using, and that is Sumatra coffee again. Sumatra is part of Indonesia. It's between Asia and Australia, about 255 million people, and Sumatra is part of the Sunda Islands, is located in western Indonesia. Okay, our set point is 200 degrees Celsius. We're going to try to maintain that, or get to that temperature. By the time we get to that, second crack will have probably already occurred. So you can see all the chaff blowing out. It looks like it's snowing in here. The temperature is rising relatively quickly. I will post another video, like I said, for this, how to build this coffee roaster out of a popcorn maker. I did take the plastic cover off just because the beans are so light that they start blowing out with the fan, and I didn't want to reduce fan speed. I want to try to blow as much chaff out as I can and keep the coffee clean. You can see we're at about 102, 103 degrees. It's rising quickly. This doesn't take very long. At the end, I do run a cooling cycle. You can see the coffee beans are still fairly green, and we're just going to hold that over. There we go. I'll turn the light on so you guys can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to speed this up so that we don't have to sit here and watch for so long. So just bear with me. Okay, we're playing at about 300% speed, or 3 times the speed, and you'll see we're going to notice the color of the beans changing fairly drastically just due to the speed, but realistically we're only 3 times as normal camera speed. But the beans do change color quickly. They were a nice a pale green. They're turning dark. What we're shooting for here is we want to get past first crack, and just before second crack we want a medium roast, a medium dark roast, and we'll see how it goes. So go back to regular speed. We can see the beans popping around there, and we just hit first crack. So we're going to let this go until the first crack is done. You'll hear it popping. It does sound similar to popcorn. Most other beans from Colombia, Costa Rica, I've noticed, are significantly louder than these ones. These ones here seem to be very quiet. So I'll dub that in right now so you can hear what it sounds like. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up till we get to the end. We'll let this keep going for a little bit. As you see next to my PID controller, I do have an on-off switch there, and that's just a quick kill switch for the heating element so that I don't have to adjust the set point. I just leave it set at 200 all the time. That's pretty much our go-to temperature. I'm by no means an expert in coffee roasting, but we do our best, and the coffee is enjoyable, so we'll see how this one goes. We're using this mainly in a French press or a small espresso maker. So now we've flipped the switch off. You'll see that the PID controller had actually already started to drop the temperature. I do need to do a little bit of tuning. So we're gonna get that tuned up, but for the most part we're gonna let it cool down to about 50 degrees. Okay, we've let it cool down. We'll pull our screen out. You can see it does puff up quite a bit. We're just going to put it in a container. Remember, you don't drink this for 12, 24 hours. You got to let it degas. We got our first batch in there. We'll dump it in and see what it looks like. We only get to do about half a cup green at a time. So you have a look. It's a nice color. Not too much smell when it's first roasted, but it should be good.